Yeah, of course, Thresh is considered a bit of a counter to Leona as well. I think this is a really good response. They might not win the lane just because you don't want to go too close to this Tristana. But if you come out of that 10 CS down, that's fine. Just don't die. That's the big goal for this Thresh and this Ashe, and that shouldn't be too hard. And look at the jungle. We assume it could be solo lane. We could get the Veti special. But so far, we'll watch the bans coming in. But why don't you give us your thoughts so far on these two team comps?
Primal Ever really playing the meta here. They've obviously been watching some LEC. Bob, they're picking comfort. They know what they got to do. They're going to go in early mid game, I hope. Nocturne is going to get a pick mid lane, and then they're going to go Dragon. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be very fun. I'd love to cast a bit of Nocturne solo lane. It's a very, very fun thing to watch. Not so much fun to play against, but I'll have to see where it goes. It's bold to pick it without knowing what it's into. So I think it's still going to be a bit of a flex pick. Let's take stock of the bans. We have late game mid laners removed by our red team here. That is Bob, of course, and Ornn and Rise. So don't want to go to the late game to these teams. They want to get this one done, get a bloodbath, and get out of here in 20 minutes.
Oh, Lissandra.
Okay.
That's just really good overall.
Yeah, it blocks a few picks as well.
Stop Bufu from picking a signature going champions, hopefully.
He might do it anyway. You never know. Might back himself. Would be very risky, though.
It'd be exciting.
Ooh. All right.
Rammus somewhere. Volibear top, I guess. Yeah. Counts as Nocturne, I guess.
I mean, I think we can lean towards that being Nocturne jungle now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to run Nocturne into Volibear. I think you just get slapped around. Ooh, and that is a power pick. How has she gotten this far in the draft? Syndra, a fearsome mid laner. And it looks like, you're going to get a Teemo. I hate Teemo. I hate him. I hate him so much.
Do it.
Are we going to get a Teemo? No, they go back to the Shen. They teased us. We nearly fell for it, but they do pick up a Shen. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with these team comps. There's a few curveballs in there. But what are you thinking? Yeah, Rammus is the ball. And
I think Bob have a really, really nice mid-game comp. They have the Nocturne, Lissandra. Shen provides so much pressure up in the top lane with his ultimate. I want to see them level 6, try get 2 Drakes before, so they can try get an early Drake Soul. Before Syndra scales, Volley is going to get very strong. And Ashe Fresh will obviously provide utility throughout.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really happy with them. They've actually dodged a trap I've seen professional teams fall into, which is picking Ashe as your only damage. It's not really... Don't get me wrong. Ashe puts out a lot of damage if she's able to, but if she's the only threat, she's not too hard to shut down. Of course, she's very immobile at times. So, to just see how we're going here, let's be real. That team only does one thing. It's really easy to tell what they're going to do. I have a casting partner that would refer to that as a one-punch comp, because they throw one big punch, and if they don't knock you out, or if they miss, they don't have too much else going for them. It's not bad.
Nocturne. That's going to be pretty devastating if that can get off Syndra or an Ashe.
Exactly. That is definitely the plan. You go in, if Leona can hit a solar flare, look at all the boys that will pile in. That is just an instant, you got caught. You don't exist anymore, my friend. And it's going to be on side of PWE to avoid that. Of course, they do have some tanks that can potentially absorb some of the threat. And Thresh is fantastic into that, just in general.
Yeah.
The Lantern is a broken spell.
Kind of.
Let's be honest.
I want to see the Rammus. I want to see him go top lane this game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them diving Shen with the volley bear out. That's what I want to see.
Exactly. I am glad you said it. Just go top lane. Turn the tower off at level 6. You can even go before that. Shen's like not super easy to dive on it because of his dodge field, but if you time it right, play his cooldowns, he does go down pretty quick, and you've got 2 very tanky boys, so you don't really have to worry too much. The mid lane, I imagine, is going to be a bit of a farm fest. There's not too much kill potential because, Lissandra versus Syndra. Syndra can't get the kill. It happens, that's how it goes. But the bot lane is very exciting. I think we have potential for some 2v2 kills.
If Ash Fresh misposition, Leona Tristana should be able to punish it. I hope.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think you have to hope. There is enough damage between those two that if they misposition, they step a toe out of line, it will get chopped off. As Leona and Tristana can certainly bring the heat. Appropriate because she's the sun. It's going to be, so I think it's going to come down a bit to execution here on PWE side. I like their comp. I mean, I don't really know how Rammus goes. I haven't seen a Rammus in a long time. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, it's a tank jungler.
They know what
it's
they're
a tank
doing.
jungler. Right?
They picked it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tank jungler. It'll do tank jungler things. It'll be similar to a Trundle, I suppose. Trundle would have been a good pick. But anyway. But if they can survive that first all-in, if they can successfully disengage, they should win every team fight.
Yeah.
But if they can't, they instantly die. So,
and Ash opting for the cleanse here, the right choice, my friend. Well done.
Yeah, for sure. That is the right decision. Longer. I'm a little bit concerned with Bufu here on the Syndra taking teleport, not taking cleanse against Lissandra. I've had a chat to one of the coaches of a team in the PCS about this exact thing. Apparently, as long as you don't take Ignite, you're not inting. But personally, I think you always take the cleanse. I think it's you just get ganked a bit too much.
It does really reduce her ability. Now, Nocturne will come mid so much. As soon as he gets his ult, I want to see him mid.
Yep, exactly. He's just going to get camped. It's going to be on Rammus to be in the right place at the right time to make sure that Syndra doesn't just get hard dived, because there's a lot of potential for that. But it's not going to be super easy because they don't have to pull the trigger straight on 6, obviously. So it's not going to be easy. Let's having a sticky beak at the runes. Do we see anything interesting? As we do have to do our little pause as we get into game. I need to remember the client controls, don't I? There we go. Come on, client. Sorry about this. We're just going to make sure that everyone is in sync by having a little pause. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am about to be. There we go. Okay. We are all in sync as we wait for the champions to leave the fountain. So we had a lot of time there, so we could talk about all. Actually, we'll come back to this question because I'm seeing some pings.
Oh my god!
I don't know
Here
if
we
go,
mate. It's VL time. We're back.
Here we go. How would it not be the Balance League without a bit of level 1 cheese? Look at this. All 10 players in the same quadrant of the jungle. This is going to be a very bloody affair already. As they are sneaking their way in, coming around the Krug. Oh, they don't know. They lack critical information. They don't know. But look at all that damage. The Thresh will get that first blood as Tristana goes down to Ignite. And the rest of Bob now have to retreat. They've lost their ADC. They've lost the biggest source of damage. And they will have to retreat with their tail between their legs.
Fortunately for Bob there, kill only goes on Thresh. Shouldn't impact the game too much.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing I'm looking at is actually the summoner spells. But over on the side of PWE, they were very restrained. They didn't use much. They just used the Ignite.
Tristan and no sums.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That neuters that aggression, unfortunately. Of course, that kill won't matter for a little while regardless, because Thresh isn't going to go back. He can't spend his gold for any extra wards and the like. But what I was going to ask you before we set up the cheese is we had a chat about most of the matchups, but where are your eyes fixed? Where do you think is the most important lane in the early game?
Most important lane this game, I think it's bot lane. If Tristan and Leona get ahead, it's going to be very hard for PWE to come back.
I agree. That could definitely be a very powerful dynamic duo. As we do have a look down there.
6 should be mid. Should be going mid with Lissandra. I expect to see some action there.
I wouldn't actually mind seeing a roam as well. You could potentially go down to the bot lane and have a big boy party.
Yeah.
Bring all 5 to the bot lane. The season 10 delight.
Oh God.
Grab that one. As a top laner, don't worry, I join it all the time. I get those teleports going. There's a good trade there.
Lane, I hate it. So much.
So something that's interesting here, just a rune I have noticed, is the Grasp of the Undying on the Volibear, but we'll come back to it, as there is a flash. They're trying to get onto this Shen here. They have managed to land the CC. He got very far back, and do they want to turn this one around? As here comes Nocturne. He's floating into the lane, throws out that Q. He's getting that speed along the path, lands the Fear Tether, but here comes the boys. The teleport in from the mid lane, but Lissandra's walked her way up as well. There's a lot of damage there straight onto KRZ. He takes what Plat Police has to run, though, as he's forced off the case.
TP burned there by Syndra, whereas Lissandra just walked. That's going to be really good for mid. He can push that wave in, get a nice TP. He won't miss anything.
Yeah, it's actually a very well done. It was impressive by Lissandra to have the wherewithal to walk up there. Didn't burn the teleport. Can still go for a very nicely timed recall. And if we do, in the end, of course, no deaths, no blood spilled. And actually, no flashes burned out of the top laners. That's impressive, but there might be blood spilled now, as the Volibear has found the Shen. And finally, a flash is blown.
Yeah, it's...
So,
oh my...
Hang on a minute. To get you in there. You were hesitating, I know, because of the fights that are constantly breaking out. Welcome to the Valence League. We have skirmishes. We have skirmishes, boys.
Oh my
That's about all we've got. No, of course, we've got plenty. And I'm sure they'll evolve to full-on team fights in short order. So actually, talk to us a little bit about this top lane matchup. I don't see Shen very often. I've not seen Volley v Shen. How does it go up there, do you think?
Shen is surprisingly good. Volibear, he should be winning the extended trades. If he waits for Shen's W to expire, Volibear should win that afterwards. But until then, I think it's pretty much even, honestly.
Yeah, and I feel like that's okay. I feel like going even in lane against the Volibear is just fine. Particularly Bronze Jungle. Don't live up to your name, mate. If you build tank Volibear, I'm going to be very upset. If you're in the top lane, you need some damage. Jungle Volibear can go full tank.
And he's got Grasp as well. This is very...
I think we might be seeing a bit of a tank volley.
Chunky.
He's going to be a big meatball, but I often see tank Volibear not being able to get much done. They kind of just get kited, but... Here is the ball rolling on into the enemy jungle. There's the taunt onto the Leona, but they have, of course, found Nocturne as well. Mr. Tightness going forward, carving up them with the blades. A hook has landed as the first kill comes in, but oh no, all of the boys have arrived, and it's Bob looking to charge forward. Frederick actually had to flash forward there as the camera flashes away. He hit a ward, and I think that means Fresh will survive. Oh dear, and as we continue to try and follow the fight, I'm flicking this client everywhere. I missed how it got the kill happened for Lissandra, but what matters is that Bob came out on top.
The Drake.
Ooh.
Bob is snowballing.
Yeah, it does look like it.
Rammus just went a bit too deep there. Should have waited a bit.
That was way too aggressive. The thing is, they don't need to be forcing this. They don't need to force the issue early. They're not going to win early. They just need to chill out, start trying to get to the point where they just disengage the fights. Of course, people are very bloodthirsty, and who cares, you know? Even if it's not the right play, it's the fun play. And who can blame them?
Definitely.
As Volleybag goes for another trade, we'll call down the storm, but that dash is very good from Shen as he goes back to base. Something I was going to bring up just before we did have the action breakout is we have a little bit of a scale over on the VCS stream for volley bears. We have, you know, if he's a good volley bear, call him a grizzly bear. If he's all right, call him a black bear. But all the tank volley bears in the top lane that we've seen, we've had to refer to them as koala bears. Because they've done absolutely nothing and been asleep for 22 hours a day. Useless is the word we've used. Hello, as this is a bit of a trade. Well done there by Krizwook. Oh, don't know how I'm going to say that one in a team fight. Might just be calling you Shen, mate. I'm calling you Shen. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go, but we'll figure it out. So I'm a bit worried that we might be seeing a few koalas here, but look at this, and he gets bopped to death. And Shen gets an easy kill in the top lane.
Bronze jungle, mate. You have to be itemizing better, mate. You can win this. I know you can win this. Also, don't fight in a big minion wave. That would. Oh,
the Nocturne ult comes in. The paranoia has been used, but he sees that he's gone in on 2 and calls the playoff.
Yeah, is what it is.
Yep, that's what it is, of course. Let's have a look at the implications of it, of course. That is a big ultimate. We always want to track what does a Nocturne do with their first couple of ultimates. It kind of dictates the effectiveness of the champion. Because that's now down, and we're at 8.5 minutes, which means Rift Herald is alive. Currently no bot lane swap to try and get counter pressure. I don't know if we'll be seeing that, but of course that is a play they could go for. What do we reckon? Is Herald going to be on the mind?
Herald, personally, for Prime whatever, I don't think...
As a hook lands, you're going to have time to think about it. Will they keep going forward? The flay is used. There's no level 6 here on Ashe. That's an absolute disaster. They're just going to get hunted down as the lantern comes out. But boom, goes the sun. And Ashe goes supernova as now Shen has arrived. Flash desperately trying to get under his tower. I bet he wishes he has another flash, as that's a double kill for the Shen.
Yeah, that Rift Herald's certainly not on the cards now for Prime whatever. They're just really going to have to try scale now.
Yeah,
maybe we'll see a rotate up from Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have minded if we'd seen. I'd love that bot lane swap. It's like it's a bit of a more coordinated tactic. I'll give them the out. It's like even pro teams screw it up pretty regularly. So I'm not too surprised they're not going for it, but it would be impressive if they did. I mean, the big problem there was they went for the engage and sup is easy wasn't level 6.
I'm not sure. You have to be careful for the Shen ult.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
And if they'd had access to the arrow, I think they could have won that fight. They could have gotten the early burst.
Yeah,
but
possibly.
Without the arrow, they just didn't have much of a chance. Good trade there.
Oh, nice.
Well done, Bafoo. Oh dear. This is now a very scary ninja coming out of the shadows to slap a bear around. So, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just disappointed in Volleyball. He's really...
there's another Rammus little bit, and look who's coming in. Rammus, but he's called the playoff, can't find a way through the minions, but there's the big boy bear ult, and they're going to try and carve up the Shen. Can they get forward? Plat Police does flash, trying to get that damage from the ultimate. Can he get the taunt? Not quite, but there's another flash forward. They have to be able to get this kill. They've invested so much.
No.
Plat Police, you fucking this, and he goes down 1 for 1, though, as Syndra came up, and we go straight to the bot lane as Paranoia has been ripped, as Frederick the Pig will get a lovely little kill.
Oh my god. It's happening.
You love it.
It's everywhere.
It is happening. Bob are
Shen's
doing
now.
very well. He is. He's a big boy. Has his Barmies Cinder. So we said it's going to be very difficult for PWE to get back in the game if they fall behind.
Yeah.
With a 3K gold deficit at 11 minutes, the second Drake about to go over to Bob. I hate to say it, lads, but they are behind. How can they get back in this one?
Bob are really going to have to int it, to be honest. Nocturne's going to have to dive in 1v5 every fight. And before his team can get there, they have to burst down Nocturne and hope the fight is 5v4.
I mean, that's going to be difficult because the Shen will be on top of him. It'll be a big shield.
God,
yeah. This is a very tricky situation, and this is just I have to have a little bit of criticism here for Bronze Jungle. He's played fine. His Volibear's not been the best, but he's only 0-1. That's fine. Whatever. You got to teleport to follow some Shen ults, man. You got to try and turn the fights around.
Yeah.
You can't let him. Obviously, you can't always match him. That's not how the cooldowns work out. But if you're just TPing back the lane and he's ulting down to the bot lane and securing kills, it's just not good enough. It's a bit of a 5v4 map. As Bufu is having a bit of a squizzy into the river, but doesn't want to go any further. And we all return to normalcy.
Bufu definitely the win condition, I think, for prime whatever this game.
Yeah.
He has to stay safe here.
Agree. He's doing well in the mid lane, it has to be said. He's got that one kill, has not fallen victim to the easy setup from Lissandra, and is currently a little bit ahead in CS. Of course, 10 CS, not really something that matters, but has his Ludens in. I honestly would have really liked the Hextech GLP. I think it would have been sick against this composition, and it's good on Syndra, so unfortunate.
Yeah, lots of people have been building it first time these days.
It's really strong. It's just a very efficient item, but I think we spoke about the Syndra all in as they just walk forward and say, hey, Legolas, why don't you bonk her with the shield? And he does just that. Well, Bufu, I'm sorry. We've cast a curse at you. As we said, you were the hope and you'd been playing well. And then he goes straight to the grave. And here we go. Finally, Shelly's been pulled.
Nice. Yeah.
And this is getting a little bit rough here for PWE. They'll need to bounce back. Look, I've seen bigger gold leads at this point in the game, to be fair. This is a first Rift Herald being picked up after plates go down. So it's actually not that big an objective. Obviously helps. You can crack a tower. Wouldn't mind seeing them go mid with it. But it's not the big gold. Yeah, so it does look like they're moving around the top lane.
Yeah.
They're going to go for the dive.
They're going to spawn that Rift Herald, baby. They're going for it.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with it being used top, honestly. I don't know what getting top tower does for you. It's pretty unimportant. Obviously, like, the gold is nice, but doesn't really matter. They have to try and kill Bronze Jungle here. Can he outplay them? It doesn't look like it at the moment, but then he pulls out the big bear. Does go down, and the stopwatch from Legolas makes it very clean.
The koala bear. He's not doing too much. He was the sacrifice there. So
he definitely was. Yeah, it's unfortunate. They didn't really get any turret damage in exchange. Of course, there was no turret plates to mine. So overall, PWE, I should say, has just come out very behind. It's not much of a trade. We've got a box being ripped out here. The taunt already used from Shen. There's a flash. Ooh, the arrow goes wide, but it might not matter as Bronze Jungle charges forward. There is the dodge zone. Duma goes into the self-ult. Does he have a flash to get himself out of there? He does not.
Nice.
And the Comet comes in and strikes down Lissandra.
It's nice. It's what they need on Prime Wherever.
Yeah, for sure. That's the exact kind of play they've got to look for. Turn the aggression back around on Bob. Redirect the stream back into them. But they've got a long way to go, unfortunately. So let's zoom out. a little bit. We've got some items rolling in, of course. What spikes are you looking for? Where are the big items that make these champions super strong?
Oh, when Tristana gets those 3 items, maybe even 2.5, she's gonna...
Oh, hang on a minute. Wow. I look away. I go to have a drink. I asked you a question, and I was like, oh, while he's answering, I'll have a drink of water. But
yeah.
No, there's a kill. Never get a chance to have a drink as a play-by-play caster. As that is a good kill. Bufu goes down, and the siege on the mid lane begins.
Drake spawning as well. That should go their way.
Yeah, pretty much for sure. So that reminds me, we'll probably turn on objective timers, so I'm not a dumbass. Hey. Excuse my French. As that is the Cloud Drake, of course. Let's have a... Now that I remembered that Dragon exists. How do we think the Cloud Soul is? Movement speed's not the most useful here for Bob.
Unfortunately.
The cooldown's nice. The cooldown reduction is very nice.
Yeah, they have so many big ults on the side of Bob.
Ooh, hello, as Bufu will rip the unleashed power out. He's got the orbs going. Duma goes into the self-ult, but will it be enough? There's another fight breaking out in the river, but I want to have a look at mid. No, Shen has arrived. They go on to the volley bear, throwing as much damage as they can. Lantern out for the rest of the team. Bronze Jungle pops the volley bear ult, trying to run, gets a shield, but in the end will be shot down by Frederick the Pig.
Just you wait, there'll be another.
Oh, yep. I don't doubt it. They will have to go into this one 4v5, though, if they want it. I don't really have the engage. The teleport being ripped. They have to pull off this one. The Drake goes over.
Yeah, very nice. Just one more until Soul. Prime whatever are going to have to fight that. So, guess we'll see what happens there.
I've got to say, I actually really want to praise Bob for this. This is a super fast Soul. We've just had the third Drake go down at 18 minutes. As soon as they know they're in the lead, as soon as that Drake spawns, they just move closer and closer to their win condition. It'll be a super early Elder Drake if it goes that far. I actually think if it goes to Elder Drake, that's actually bad from Bob. I have a very hard and fast rule. If you're winning a game and you let Elder Drake spawn, you just let the one way you can lose into it, because an Elder Drake steal can change things. But it is Legolas Norris very deep here. This is a bit of a messy dive as Lysandra came in. Bufu wants to turn it around. Can they get any catch here? I don't think so.
Yeah, just they get cleansed from Ash. They should win the next fight. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, they should win the next fight even with the cleanse up. I mean, this is a bit of a suffering Ash. Maybe should switch to support if support is so easy, mate. I'm just teasing. Don't you worry. I mean, it's not really been his fault. Like it's a super aggressive team comp. It's very hard to play Ash into this. Like navigating the ranges. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it. Don't you worry. It's very easy to talk smack from the caster chair because can't see how bad I am at least. As we do quiet down just a little bit as Bob look toward their next items.
One player from Bob, which has really surprised me, is the top player, Shen. He has had some really nice ults this game. He baits the enemy long enough for them to fully commit on a player, then he smashes that Archie, and he always turns it around. He's done it 3 times this game. It's amazing. Yeah, well played, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. As Shen is not a champion we see super often, but you can see how impactful he can be. The community, and it's I like the thing about a Shen is it doesn't only reflect well on the Shen player. Like, good on him, of course, he's done it well. Yeah. But it also reflects really well on the whole team because it means the communication is crisp, and that's what you want, particularly at this level of play. The communication is often an issue. You've either got too many voices or no one wants to talk up. But it looks like Bob definitely has some very clean, clear comms. And it's making short work of PWE this game. We're going to have to hope they can bounce back. This is a rough one. It's hard to take this loss.
Yeah. It's demoralizing. It's not over yet, a while.
Of course, it isn't over yet, but the gold lead's growing.
Maybe next time some more defensive junglers for PWE. I think. I don't think the Rammus is the pick if you're going for Peel.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think something that would have been really good is the Trundle. I mentioned it in Champ Select. Like, that champion is busted at the moment. Kind of does the same thing as Rammus, but better, unfortunately. As the Doomer gets away. Yeah, I mean, it's just the pillar would do so much against this comp. They try and all in. You just smack the pillar up in Nocturne's face, make his life a living hell. Can't spell shield terrain. Did you know?
I didn't know.
Up in the top. There's a ultimate coming out of Doomer. The Unleash power's already been used. Will they continue this one? Good recognizal there by Doomer that all the spells were on cooldown. He wants to turn it around onto Bufoo, but we've got a little bit of Alcove Gaming. A good orb. This is very close here. And boom! Doomer goes for the flat outplay. But in the end, the only one he outplayed was himself.
Very well played by Bufoo there. Well done, mate.
Yeah, that was it's very well played by both players, obviously. That was actually super close in the end. So, good job, but was Bufoo playing it a little bit better? That's good. I mean, every little bit helps, right? You got to keep going, keep going.
Oh, now the Drake in 30 seconds. Here we go, I guess. Will they just give it up? Or will
I think they can. I honestly think they can.
I think they can as well.
If it was something like an Ocean Soul or an Infernal Soul, obviously they just have to miracle go for it. It's only a Cloud Soul. You can give this up. Fight around the Elder.
They're really not in a position to. I hope they. It looks like they're setting up forward. So,
I mean, the one thing I will say is they have much better vision control at the moment. If they're ever going to win a fight at this point,
a nice pick
with this setup is the way to go. But we have a situation where the longer they delay, the more that Shen walks down the top lane. Legolas Norris very far forward here. Has to flash the wall. That's a big summoner spell to get. Titanus pops the blast cone to get away. As the dragon begins.
Starting.
This is very good so far. There's a lot of damage. The Shen ult is used. The Doomer in the middle of the pit here trying to blast the Ash. Will manage it. The Paranoia's ripped out. Mr. Titanus goes in, blows up Bufoo. Can they turn this one around? The dragon getting very, very low. Flash picks up the kill on the Doomer, but it's full control in the pit. Over to Bob. They want to get this soul secured. They do. And now the rest of PWE have to limp on home.
I don't know how you're seeing what's actually happening in these fights.
A lot of experience and attention deficit
disorder.
There's
just 4 fights happening at once.
It's look.
Pretty mad.
I was molded in the fires of the VCS, and now I am a fully fledged clown fiesta.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some real ones down there.
Oh, there's some interesting games. We've got good teams as well, though. Don't get me wrong. I love the region. I don't want to flame it too hard. And we do have to look now. That is very unfortunate. I've just noticed Plat Police only just finishes his second item. That Thornmail comes in, and Thornmail's it's not even that good. I mean
he's playing around. He may as well go all out, honestly.
Yeah, of course. It is the Rammus. Obviously, you do build Thornmail, but the Nocturne can dive past you. Like, in theory, it's great. It's against lethality. It makes that Nocturne do no damage combined with Rammus's kit, but he's not. You're not touching him, dude. He's diving straight past you. Ooh, we could get a bit caught out here as the ball rolls in. Mr. Titanus uses the spell shield. There comes the enchanted crystal arrow, though. And this is certainly a good enchantment as Mr. Titanus has been found. And this could be the Baron that turns the game.
What? Oh,
They'll go straight on Baron here. They killed the jungler. They go straight on Baron. This is a fast Baron as well. Ash,
Lissandra.
It's scary, but they have a smite. Huge. As it's going down. It's about half HP right now. You can see all of the access to the pit. Blast Cone and, of course, Tristana jump. But there's a lot of damage on Frederick. They might be pulling the trigger a little bit too early here, but they're diving in. There's Legolas Norris getting the kill onto Ash. That's a big problem. And, oh, dear God, Plat Police has been found. And it might have been the Baron to turn the game or the one to get Bob home, as Bronze Jungle has everything to do. He picks up 1 kill. It's 1v3 as Thresh goes down. Can this bear roar? No, he can't.
Oof. Is what it is, unfortunately.
I mean, I actually like the Baron call. You killed the jungler. It's your best chance, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It just didn't work out, unfortunately. They didn't navigate that fight super well, and we saw the problem. Ash got found.
Yeah. No arrow, no cleanse, no flash.
Yep.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, you just die. You just die. It's unfortunate. But, of course, very well done by Bob, recognizing the one target that mattered.
Very nice.
Killed the damage, killed the jungle. Yeah, absolutely. So, let's get your opinion, as we are kind of looking at how Bob closes it out. How would you like to see them do it? Do they need the Elder Dragon, or can they end with this Baron? Or at least set up.
I think they can end with the Baron, but I think they'll wait until Elder, get some highlight executes in there for us.
Yeah, fair point. Fair cop, of course. Of course. That does...
Nocturne farming Krugs right now.
Yeah, not going for the big Baron power play, are they? They are just chilling out. They are playing a 1-3-1, which I'm very happy to see. Yeah. That's not going for the ARAM style, as we sometimes see in maybe less skilled play like North America. Don't worry. I love you, NA. Just wish you were a bit better. But yeah, no, this is a 1-3-1. I'm happy to see it, and they're closing it out fairly cleanly so far, as long as they can keep this one up. As Shen should be able to get this tower, no problem. He's being shadowed by his jungler. This is really good. I'm happy with Bob. They're playing this crispy clean. And you know who's not crispy clean? It's Flash, as he's a mess on the floor.
Yeah, he's been overextending for Vision this whole game. Surprised he's only been caught now, really.
He's just not been the target.
Yeah.
He's hit some decent hooks. But yeah, he's hasn't been having the best. As Duma, we'll just say goodbye. Oh, we have a bit of a dive forward into top lane. God, this client likes jumping around a bit. Not quite used to having to control it. But she'll be all right. As they just have to clear the waves, but there's really not that much wave clear. And look at this. Shen is so confident. He just goes straight under tower and brings Syndra down to earth.
Yep. Maybe they end now, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, they could. But they might. There's 40 seconds on the Elder Dragon. I think they'll play for that. I would like to see them crack an inhibitor here. I think it's a bit of a waste if they don't. This is a bit out of sync here, as part of the team's backing off. They could catch the Shen and go for the Elder fight, but no, he flashes away, and that opens up the mid in here.
Yeah.
They brought the boys back, and they'll take the structure.
Shen.
Ooh, here we go. Shen carving up the volley, but with Thresh coming in, they can't continue it. And what do you know? A full tank volley bear top hasn't done anything all game. Shocking, boys. Build a Triforce. Build a damn Triforce. As there it is, 2 inhibs. And can you guess what they're doing in the Dragon Pit? It's an uncontested Elder.
Oh, Rammus is coming in, though. Let's go, Plat, please. It's your time.
I mean, this is the last chance, right? Does he have flash? No, he doesn't. He can't even access the pit. He's going to get Lissandra ulted. He's going to get zoned. This is really good there. They stopped the damage for a little while, but he is still alive. Can he get a Miracle Steal? No. They stopped the damage well, secure the Elder Dragon, and now they're just going to dive in. They've got that execute threshold as they are trying to navigate around. Frederick the Pig has to kite away. Pig v Bear, and Pig comes out on top. As that is going to be 3 kills. No, 4 kills. I can't count. I'm just a bloody play-by-play. I don't have to be smart. As the teleport comes in. And Ash, you have the biggest mission of your life. Oh, good flash. Dodges the taunt. But no, it doesn't matter. Let's be honest here. There's the damage. Can we get the execute? Not quite. Can the dragon roar? No, it won't. But there it is. It will be Bob claiming game one, a dominant performance from the early game through to the mid. And there they go. They take that win. Very, very impressive.
Clean. Just straight clean. They played it really well. They played what they needed to do. So, yeah, props to them. They're really good at fast tempo gameplay.
Yep, I said one thing we call it is a one-punch composition, and they certainly look like Saitama there. Very happy to see it. Let's see if over on the other side they can bounce back in game two. Let's go to a full series. Come on. We prefer that. A bit more casting, a bit more League of Legends. But yeah,
I really hope we get a different jungle pick this game. I hope he realizes Rammus wasn't the pick, and it's time for something a bit more CC to peel your carries. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think maybe go to the Trundle. If you want to play a tank junglers are strong. But maybe not the Rammus. So not 100% sure if do we throw out? Because we can head off. We've talked about the game. All right, we'll throw off for a little bit just so we can catch our breath after a bloody game one. There was kills left, right, and center, but most of them were over to Bob. We'll see if Bob will fall in game two or if they'll float along to victory. My name has been Everyday. With me has been Connor, doing an excellent job over on the color, carrying me through the game. Love it. Love to see it. We'll be back soon for game two.